Welcome to Caseback Watches. My name is Tim, and in this episode our topic is leather. Yes, leather. When you're a subscriber of this channel, then you may know that I have an online shop, caseback.watches.com, which sells mostly straps, handmade leather straps, but also items I make myself partly, so bags, wallets, belts, you name it. And often I hear the question how to treat this leather, how to polish it, or sometimes people damage a valuable item with something sharp. And then you have a slit in the material, or you have a big scratch, and then people often ask, what can I do? And luckily you can do a lot. And so in this video I'd like to go over some methods to maintain the shine of leather, to maintain the quality, but also to repair actual damages on your leather products. Severe damages, small damages. And of course this knowledge I will share with you is not only for my products at caseback.watches.com. You can use it for every leather item in your household. Alright, and this is the first time we can go into my little workshop, because there I have all the products and all the materials to show you what you can do when you have, for example, a ugly scratch in your leather item. Alright, here we are in the workshop, and now I have prepared some leather samples for you, some stuff, some tools to scratch them properly. But what we have to understand first is that there are some, or let's say two, major differences between leather, and we have to understand them a bit to treat leather the right way. First thing is vegetable tanned leather. I think you have heard that term. This is a good example here. Let me go into the B-roll. Where's the B-roll? There's the B-roll, and here you see vegetable tanned leather of the finest quality. And the other example is chrome tanned leather. And here, for example, where's my chrome tanned? Here you have a chrome tanned leather. There you go. And you see box calf, and you see the typical difference here. See? And this is the second point we have to understand, is penetration of pigments. Here you see vegetable tanned leather, and you see about 1 millimeter the ink has penetrated, or the dye, but the difference here is rather drastic. Chrome tanned leather can look white inside, and here you have this honey tone. Chrome tanned leather is very anti-scratch. So if you want to have your leather product look like new for a long time, then you should buy chrome tanned. Problem is it's not widely in use in the higher tier, because the vegetable tanned leather has more character to it. And speaking of character, when you have a high quality leather product like this old club wallet here, then it will show your own life 100% accurate. So when you treat it bad, it will look bad, or if it has to fulfill really tough duty, then it will look exactly like that. And that's the reason why most of us enjoy actually these vegetable tanned leather items, because they show our personality, they show our life without any form of filter. But back to our leather types. Vegetable tanned, chrome tanned. This is very easy to scratch, and it's very easy to repair. This is very hard to scratch, and it's very hard to repair. Here you can polish an edge with ease. Here it's a very hard job to polish that, because it doesn't react in a way that vegetable tanned leather reacts. But all right, let's go to our first issue. We have a bit of leather, and we have a scratch in it. Let's say this type of vegetable tanned leather, and somebody or life does this. And now we come to our first method, and this is rubbing the scratch away with a cotton cloth. This is not a trick with Photoshop or anything like that. It's just very easy to polish these slight scratches away with a cotton cloth. Don't use any form of polyester, okay? We need proper 100% cotton, and we don't need wool. Never polish something with wool. It's an abrasive material. So never polish your glasses, for example, with wool. So what's this? Why was it so easy to polish this away? Think of your lawn, all right? You go with your lawnmower across your lawn, and you see then there's a stripe. Even if the thing is not working, even if it's not mowing, you have a stripe there in your lawn. And that's because the machine bends all the fibers over in one direction, and this creates then light bounces off in another direction, and then you have these stripes. All right, this is the explanation behind that. And vegetable tanned leather has a very loose surface, so I can sort of disturb this surface very easily, and then my job is to flatten it again. And there you go. And now it's away. Absolutely no problem. It's still a bit visible, but time will do the rest here. And in case of chrome tanned leather, it's not so easy to scratch. See that? This is a sharp instrument. This is the really sharp thing here, but you see there is a bit of damage, but not really important. And you see it's harder to polish this tiny thing away. Now it's away. You can scratch it harder. There you go. You can try it, but there you see it's harder. It's harder to do that with chrome tanned leather, but here partly because of the color. And the next trick is now to use something like this. This is beeswax with a solvent, and the solvent is basically some sort of oil. You could use lip balm, to be honest, or real pomade. And then you apply a bit on your leather to create some friction. All right? To create some friction with our cloth. This friction creates now heat. Heat darkens leather of any type. See that? Visible, but way better than before. Now you have a bit of looks a bit like a heel scar, so not a problem anymore. And so these are our main techniques. You apply something greasy and you rub with a cotton cloth. And important is that you choose a nice product. This is again beeswax with oil. You find this product and many similar products on Amazon. Very inexpensive. Sometimes they come in large containers like this one, so absolutely not a problem. Now let's try something a bit harder. Now we have here a dyed piece of leather. There you go. And let's scratch it. Very typical is that people scratch this with their fingernails. Actually here it's not so easy, but this is luck. Let's scratch the thing, and then you have something like that. And this is very visible because I rubbed a bit of the color away, and now you have a visible scratch. See? Same thing. Apply a bit of grease. And the grease now will darken the entire surface here. Don't worry, it will go away. Time will solve that. The next morning, this darker area will be brighter again. And now polish the entire thing. Don't concentrate only on one spot. Polish the entire thing, and you see visible, still visible, but way better. And again, time will do the rest for you. Here, for example, you have the Caseback Courier, one of my latest products. Typical signs of usage are fingernails. When you are in a hurry and you have sharp fingernails, then you see something like that. That's very easy to do. And it's very easy to repair. Same thing. You apply a bit of grease. I should say beeswax. Let's open it up. And then you polish the entire thing a bit and you rub it just away. These darker stains again will vanish overnight. It's just the soaked leather, but it will distribute the material a bit more evenly, and then it's gone. Time works for you here. And so the thing is good as new again. This is how you do it. And this works for every material, but sometimes we can face problems if you have something really dark, like this. This is a French oxblood tanned leather, very glossy and shiny, very luxurious, actually a pretty beautiful material, but this is easy to scratch. There you go, and then you have a vast difference in color. And it's very likely that you will be not able to polish this away with grease and a bit of heat alone. Here you must find that color and you must apply that color. And the easiest way to do that is you use a bit of shoe polish in the same color. I mean, you could buy yourself something like a leather dye. Leather dye can come in a container like that. Then you can pick your color. We use here bigger portion. This is the racing green, by the way. And so you can buy something like that, or you just use shoe polish. So Q-tip, bit of polish. It's not the exact color. I just want to darken it a bit, so to speak. A bit more. Let's be generous. Axis away. And now you can polish it with the same method, and the result will not be perfect, but way better. See that? Can do it a bit longer. Not perfect, because chrome tanned leather, not perfect to polish, but way better. And also here, time works for you, time will solve the rest, or time will make you to not care anymore about the scratch. This is also a very likely scenario. All right, these are our methods. First, only with the cloth, but when you see difference in color, then you use a bit of grease. This darkens by heat that spot, and when you realize that grease is not enough, then you can use something like that, shoe polish, all right, or leather dye, but you have to be careful with leather dye to apply it exactly on the damage and not all over the place, right? Okay, next damage. There was a stone in your way, and now you have something like that on your leather product. Most people would tolerate this because they feel time will milden it to an extent that you don't bother anymore about it. But same thing you can do here. We have a difference in color, bit of grease, and you see it's already getting better. And you polish it with your cloth. Again, cotton, nothing else. And now it looks rather attractive, a bit like a healed scar. Not a problem anymore. These are our scratches. Now let's make it worse. Let's make it worse. What do you do when you have a slit? Japanese knife, very dangerous. Be careful with these tools. Perfect to really cut through meat. Okay, this is very rare in real life, but let's assume you've done something like that. First rule, don't freak out. Don't freak out, let it be. Don't polish it with anything. Just let it be. And then you open it a bit, very carefully. Then you use some wood glue. Best method I find is to apply it like that. I know it doesn't look very professional, but it works. Open it up. In there with the glue. Close it. Let it dry. Don't polish it. Don't polish it. Just let it dry overnight. And then your last job, these were the little scratches from the last time. Here in the middle you see the slit. And your next job is just to polish that brighter area a bit. That is how you repair a slit, okay? Don't polish anything before the thing is, or whilst the thing is open. Close it with wood glue or another elastic cement you have in your household. And now let's do the worst case if there really is material missing. Something happens, something really bad, and this thing here, I mean, now you could glue it back into position. Let's assume it's away. This is pretty bad. And this is the only damage I would let to a pro, because the solution would be now to cut a patch from from a similar material and glue it on top. But this is very hard to do. It takes forever, and it's a piece of art to do it in a 100% convincing way or form. But if you want to do it, I don't recommend it, but if you want to do it at home, you definitely could use leather dye. This is normal dye filled in a marker, and then you could apply it. The handy thing is this dye will now not penetrate the material around that damage because it's chrome tanned, and this is dye for vegetable tanned leather. So you can treat it like that. Again, I'm doing it a bit quick and dirty just to demonstrate it. And now you can polish it. But you see, I mean, it would work. It's sealed off against moisture now. It would work, but you see it's extremely visible. Now, not as bad as before, but visible. So I would let this to a pro, because the proper way is to cover it with a patch. Okay, that was it. This was the first part here of a little video series about leather work. And conclusion, you need a cloth. You need a bit of grease. Again, you find this on Amazon in many forms from many brands. Beeswax with some solvent in it, so it's something oily to make it liquid. Real beeswax, by the way, I can show you, looks like this. This is pure beeswax. This is hard as a rock. You cannot really apply it very good. Okay, so cloth, this stuff, and a bit of shoe polish in the color for the item you want to repair. Okay, welcome back. I hope you found this useful, and if you have more questions, then please don't hesitate, put them in the comment section, then I try to answer them there or in another video. And if you are in need of a fine leather item, a watch strap or a wallet or a belt, then please visit CasebackWatches.com. This is the online shop really that keeps the entire channel here independent from the industry, because I think it's a very handy thing when you report about watches and you can say everything you want because you don't sell watches from these industries. I think this is very handy, and this enables me to present you here independent watch reviews and independent content in general. So CasebackWatches.com in case you need a fine watch strap, for example. All right, and that's all for this episode. Thank you very much, and until next time.